Good morning, children. Once again, I come to you through this small video. Hope you are keeping fine at home. Please stay at home, stay safe. Today, we will be discussing about a school with difference. If you have seen around the world, physically, there are two types of people. One kind of people are able people. They can do the things by themselves. Second kind of people are there who cannot do things by themselves. They are known as disabled people. Today, we call them special people. Special people. They are special people. They can be blind, they can be lame, cannot walk, cripple, their hands and feet are not straight, due to which they cannot do things properly. There are people who are deaf, they cannot hear. There are people who cannot speak, dumb. There are people who cannot think and speak properly. They are mentally not sound. So these are the people who are disabled. Through this lesson, we are reminded of these people, these special people, and to make us realize the difficulties, the problems that they face. Miss Bim has a special school where children are admitted. The author was thinking that this school is like any other school where lessons are taught, lessons are learned, questions are asked, children they learn, they play around, run around and all that. But then he had heard about this school that is a different school. So what is this different school he wanted to know. One day he makes a point and visits this school. When he visits this school, as he enters the gate, he sees a small boy is leading a girl, maybe of 12 years old, to the garden, through the flower bed. This small garden, he was leading. She was blindfolded, and this small boy was telling that girl what is there, where they are going, what are the things around there. He was explaining. And when they heard the sound at the gate, she asks the small boy, who is coming? And then what the boy sees at the gate, all the activities, he explains to this girl, because the girl is not able to see. So he tells about this newcomer, this man, new visitor, and then they go on to their work. And then author goes to the office, he meets Miss Beam, and then they talk. As they talk, he gets up and looks through the window, and then he finds that students are of different kind. And so he was just observing what they are doing, what kind of students are there. And then when he was looking with a little melancholy in his face, on his face, then then the principal asks, that is, Miss Beam asks him, "So, sir, what do you see?" So he says, "I see jolly children, happy children, but something I observe that they are not healthy." This is what he says. These children are not healthy. I see some are blindfolded. There are bandages on their eyes, some bandages on their hands. Some are not speaking. Somebody else is leading them, and so on and so forth. Some are lame and all, and so they are not healthy children. Miss Beam just gives him a smile and says, "It is not that. It is not what you see. It is something different, something beyond. It is very easy," she says that it is very easy to be blind, or to be lame, or to be dumb, and all that. But it is very difficult to explain the reality outside to a person who is not able to understand, not able to see, not able to speak, not able to understand things, not able to walk, not able to handle. And so someone who is explaining has to give proper information. Mind that, dear children. And so listen to this video properly, what I am saying. Then he says, so it is their blind day. She says, those who are having the bandages on their eyes, it is their blind day. Some are lame. It is lame day for him or for her. So some are not able to speak. They are not speaking. It's a dumb day. But then what is the reaction then? It is more difficult. Generally, she says, generally it is blind day is most difficult, because from the morning till evening, as long as they are there in the school, they are not to see anything. Somebody else has to see for them. So it is difficult day. But children, they say, dumb day is more difficult. Why? Mouth is not bandaged. It's not bandages. Bandages are not put on the mouth. Mouth is not sealed, not covered. Yet they have to maintain the patience, not to be tempted to speak. And the moment they speak or open the bandages, that is the end of the day. And so they are not supposed to open the bandages. Your mouth has no bandages. And so it is most difficult, children, they say. And so they make a walk. They make a walk outside and see. And then in between, she explains things. After that, what happens? The author meets a small girl, and then he asks, "What is the difficulties? How do you manage this day?" And so he says, "It is our blind day. We have to. If we are not able, our friends are explaining, and we don't have to speak." And so there is an interaction. So the author, after observing all these things, he reacts that they are not healthy and all that. And then he himself goes and meets the children. And then he finds out. And then he speaks, takes that girl. Meanwhile, Miss Bim goes to the veranda and meets another girl. And so, this little girl is blindfolded, and author is taking her. Author is taking her and explaining to her. And then little girl asks, "Where is Miss Bim? Where is Miss Bim? Where has she gone?" Then the author says, "No, she is just meeting one tall girl." Tall girl? How is she? She is tall. How is her hair? It's a little gray hair, or brown hair, long hair, whatever hair, and then what kind of dress he has, what color of dress she is wearing. Then the author says it's pink. Oh ho ho ho! She is our head girl, that is captain of our school. She is able to understand. Oh, see that. And then when they go to the flowers, to the garden, then she asks the author, uh, who is that? Who is that in the garden? He says, that's old man. He says, no, 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 no. He is not old. He is young. He is very young, but he is our gardener. He is old, but then all of them, they say he is young. They consider him young. And so their conversation goes on. And so the author tries to explain a blind little girl about the things that are happening around. And so author himself gets into an experience. He acts, he gets into experience how difficult to convince a blind person what is going around, what are the things that are happening around us. And so one has to explain. And so this lesson explains all about that point by point. And so the author he realizes, and he is taken up. He is taken up, and then once he completes his conversation with little girl, blindfolded girl, then he goes to the office once again. And then what are the difficulties Miss Beam faces in the school? All that they explain. She explains, and then makes the author understand. And so this is the preparation. Why they have this different school? Just to make an experience if any situation arises in life. Suppose anything happens through your accident, through your misfortune, through your sickness, and anything can happen in your life. Physically you become one of these disabled person. Then what are you going to handle? How are you going to handle the situation? Are you going to accept the situation? See, some people are not really able to accept the situation of their own life, and so they commit suicide. They go under depression. They go depression, and then they are not doing anything. They become helpless. So in this situation, this school helps them to face the situation, future situation, any kind of situation these students will be able to face, because they are prepared from morning until evening. They have been assigned that particular day, and they have to maintain that day. And so, dear children, through this lesson we learn that we need to be ready for any situation in life. We don't have to be discouraged. We don't have to be depressed upon the situation in life. We have to face the situation boldly and with full of self-confidence. And so this comes through the doing, through working, through our hard work. And so our hard work makes us stronger. If you do hard work in a particular situation, for example, you are to study. If you study properly, do your studies properly, work hard, remember your lessons, listen to the parents and the teachers and the elders, and then your life will go on very smoothly. Whatever situation you will come across in your life, you will be able to face them. This is what the lesson teaches us. At the end, the author makes the remark saying that this school is really attractive he is more taken up by this school, and then he feels, I don't feel like going out of this school. At the end, the last line, he says, that means, so Miss Beam says, that means my school is doing something. If a person feels once she comes, then not feeling like going out, does not feel to go out of this campus, looking at the very situation, the children, they learn the way they learn. So it makes people different. So make students different, the visitors different, because this school is different, altogether different school. And so please remember the story set by set. In first, when the author hears about this school, he comes and observes at the school. Then he reacts the situation. He says that they are abnormal, they are what called not healthy. This was the reaction he reacts. Then he himself goes to the situation and meets the children, asks them, and they're learning the way they learn, and what are the difficulties they face and all that. And then at the end he gives the remark that this school is really different school. It teaches the very life we should be ready to face, to live. And so he is taken up by this uniqueness of this school. So dear children, this is what I was about to tell you. Now I am not going to discuss the question answer, but in the next video I will be discussing with you about the question answers. I don't think there are difficult words, hardly one or two words. If you find any word difficult, then please note down. Give SMS to me or ask through Tenno, or even you can call me and ask. Next video we will meet with the question answers. Thank you.